Renewable energy industry seems to have set this as its target area here around Rockhampton, around Gladstone, around Mackay. This must be troubling for you.
Look, it's troubling mainly for the people who have to live in the areas where this is going in. We're often told nobody wants a nuclear power station in their backyard. Well, I tell you what, no one wants a 270 metre high wind turbine in their backyard. Certainly, none of the areas around Bondi or Wentworth, and none of these areas want big renewable energy projects in their backyard. And of course, neither do we here either. It's just so shocking to people here when they can look and see a coal-fired power station that can generate massive amounts of electricity on a pretty small area of land, and then these wind turbines and solar panels come in and produce sometimes a tenth of the electricity and take up 10 times the land area. And then we're told it's sort of to save the planet and to protect the environment. I just don't think we can destroy our environment and then expect to save the planet at the same time. These things have to be stopped before they take away all our natural beauty and landscape from here in central Queensland.
You've got people like Tanya Plibersek, an in-city Sydney MP, making decisions on this without ever bothering to come out and look at the communities that will be affected.
Well, I think they should be forced to. Last week at our Nationals Party conference, we called for a moratorium on large-scale solar and wind until we get better approval processes in place, and those approval processes should include proper consultation with the local communities that will be affected. There are, of course, people who do benefit from renewable energy coming to an area like this. The people who host it get paid thousands of dollars. But all that does is just divide the community between haves and have-nots. Those without the renewable energy projects on their land get no compensation, but they have their amenity destroyed. Sometimes they can't sleep at night. And, of course, their local environment that they love and want to protect is just destroyed alongside it. So, my ask is a simple one. Those in the country that want to pursue renewable energy at breakneck speed should have to come out here and face the people they want to impose it on first.
Yeah, in previous campaigns you fought, and I'm thinking about the Adani mine. You worked hard to make sure that got a fair hearing and became the great export earner that it is. But in those cases, you found yourself up against Green opponents and protesters from Greenpeace and everybody else have been up here in Queensland trying to stop them. I don't know about you, but I haven't seen too many Green protesters protesting against this really destruction of the landscape for renewable energy.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, the environmental activists out there that are trying to protect the environment, campaign against these massive renewable energy projects, they themselves are a bit of an endangered species, unfortunately. They are out there, though. They are there. And it is funny that politics brings these strange bedfellows. And yes, I was obviously on the other side than Bob Brown on the Adani mine, but I actually seem to be on the same side as Bob Brown on this issue. He himself is campaigning against wind farms around Tasmania. It'd be great if I'd love to have him back in central Queensland again.
Get a friendlier welcome than he did last time.
He'd get a much friendlier welcome next time, and he could also do just as good work as he did last. So, look, I do hope, though, I think... Look, I've got nothing against Green campaigners as individuals. And many of them have done great things for our environment, to protect our environment. And I know there are many of them that are heartfelt in their desire to protect the environment. They are horrified with what is happening by some large overseas companies being allowed to run roughshod through the countryside here. And I'm happy to work with them. I mean, I'm in politics to generate outcomes. In the case of Adani, it was to get jobs going, get those export revenues going, get benefits for local Indigenous people. And now here on this issue, it's to protect our natural environment, which is important too. One of the reasons I'm passionate about nuclear or even coal-fired power is it's got a much lower footprint on our natural environment than renewable energy. And therefore, if you are pro-environment, you should definitely be against large-scale solar and wind projects. And if you care about carbon emissions, well, go the nuclear route. It's much more efficient.